My name's Bill.
This looks ridiculous.
That's my best friend Ryan.
I want to be angry.
And his crazy old man Poppy.
I think I just made Mother Nature my bit.
When we're off the clock, we're on a mission.
We have a deadline. Let's get fired up.
To outsmart Mother Nature.
Come on, wind.
And take on the chaos she creates for folks around town.
Holy cow.
Front's coming in.
With a little junk.
Look what I found.
And a whole lot of ingenuity.
This is great.
It's almost like we planned it.
There's no problem we can't solve. This is BrainsStormers.
Let's try a live frozen fish.
Wow. Ready? 3, 2, 1. There it is, right there.
Hey, Rye, looks like you failed the launch.
I bet you're wondering what's going on here. Well, let me catch you up.
Hi.
What is going on?
How are you?
Good. What are you doing here?
Well, I thought I would just come down and see what you guys were up to down here.
Gotcha. Well, this is my brother's girlfriend. Really surprised to see my brother's girlfriend, Jen, coming out here to the shop. Hanging around tools isn't usually her idea of a good time, but, well, not counting my brother, of course.
So you just stopping by to say hi or what?
Actually, I need your guys' help.
Oh, man, I hate to get into these relationships where they...
No, not that way, not that way. No, because you know how Jimmy loves to go fishing?
All the time.
I'm not very good at fishing, and he always teases me every time we go,
Yes.
because I have to make him cast it out for me.
Okay.
He'll, like, make fun of me and go like this, because it is...
That was pretty good form, though.
I know, it is pretty...
decent.
It
Can I
is-
see your bowling form?
I try. So the only time I get to spend with him is if we go fishing, and it's never really that much fun for me.
Yeah.
So you essentially want us to create something to make you a better fisherwoman.
Yes.
Colorado is paradise for guys like my brother. Waters are open day and night, all year long, and in all kinds of weather. But we didn't exactly invent fishing. Anglers have been dipping their lines in the water for at least 40,000 years. Stone Age men pounded fish hooks from bone and put them on the end of a line to snag fish. And we don't know exactly when someone came up with the idea for fishing rods, but there are 4,000-year-old pictures of Egyptians using them. Fishing equipment has come a long way since then, but anglers today still face the same problems: where to find the fish and how to hook them. I'm intrigued. I'm not a big fisherman myself. You know, I got all the looks and talents, and Jimmy got the fishing skills. If helping Jen means I get to publicly humiliate my brother, I'm so down for this. I won't say anything to Jim if you don't say anything to Jim.
I'm not gonna say anything to Jim.
Come up with some ideas. We need to help Jen cast her fishing lure nice and far so we can finally put my little brother in his place.
Thank you so much. It was so nice to meet you guys.
Awesome. And we'll kick some butt.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Jen. We'll see you. Oh, we're gonna destroy him. Want to do it now?
Yeah, let's do it
Wanna
now.
Okay, I got to think about this one.
We'll call this cast off. So what's the big issue? She's getting a small fish, right?
According to Jimmy, she's catching things smaller than the bait.
Well, her form is not the best.
No, I mean, I've been fishing with him, and he can cast that thing out there. I
So
don't know
what
how
you're saying
does
is
it.
he can outcast you.
He can outcast anybody.
How much distance? Because we got to figure out a way to beat that distance.
So our goal here is
100.
100 yards?
Heck yeah.
Really? That's a long way.
That's a good cast.
Yeah? Let's
Well-
do that. My brother averages between 50 and 60 yards on a good cast, which is pretty impressive for rod and reel fishing. But I don't want to just match his numbers. I want to blow him out of the water.
So goal is 100 yards and bigger fish and bragging rights, right?
Kicking Jimmy's butt.
Kicking Jimmy's popo. So by going this far, essentially what we're trying to do is allow her to get bigger fish, because that's where the big fish are.
Yep, deeper
She can
water.
actually deeper water.
Colorado lakes can run a mile wide and hundreds of feet deep. Lots of fish spawn in shallow water in the springtime, but as the temperatures rise in the summer, the shallows heat up and oxygen content drops. So the big fish head to the deeper areas of the lake where the cooler water has higher oxygen content. So if you're gonna try to catch something bigger than your pinky, the further you can cast from shore, the better. You need to get the bait to them. They're not gonna come to you.
Okay, so why don't we give her a longer rod?
I mean, that's true. The longer the rod, I mean, the more it'll get up there.
How about rod extension?
The only thing about rod extension, though, I mean, she's already small, and the bigger you get those things, the more you know,
muscle it takes?
Yeah, the more it takes to get out there, and I can just see her hurting herself. You saw her form.
Anybody who casts like this, that can't be good.
She just can't get enough momentum, enough energy to, you know, slingshot that
Well,
thing
it
up.
doesn't matter what size the rod.
I don't think so. I mean,
Okay.
We're talking about getting that stuff out there, right?
No, you can't do that.
You want to get it out further. What if we used a rocket?
You can't use a rocket.
Not a rocket exactly, more like a cannon. What is it?
my spud guns, our toys.
Behold the spud gun.
Oh, now we're gonna shoot potatoes in the water? Can't you guys stay focused for a minute?
Not potatoes, bait-tatoes.
Badass bait cannon. The backyard potato launcher, basically a pipe-based cannon that uses compressed air or combustible gas to launch a projectile. And essentially how it works, she can either use compressed air, so she can leave a little tank along, she can pump the tank up by hand, she can use a compressor.
You're gonna put a fish, dead or alive, down the barrel with a hook in it,
Yep.
and it's gonna go out.
And the hook's attached to your rod.
Yeah. How about this?
About what?
Let me work on the bait.
This guy,
Yeah.
expert baiter. Some would consider him a master baiter. This guy knows his stuff.
You're right. I'll let him work on it.
He's
I'm
got
not
this.
going anywhere near that. Go ahead, big boy.
Yep, that's awesome.
That is a big bait cannon.
You're gonna make me blush now.
Wow.
All right, you're gonna make me blush.
All right.
Really excited to get started on this bait cannon for Jen. The tricky part's gonna make sure that it's easy to operate and that it's light enough to travel.
So these are most of the supplies I picked up for her bait cannon.
For this design, we're using 2-inch PVC piping for the base section and the barrel, because PVC is cheap, but also super durable. The base will act as the compressed air chamber, complete with a pressure gauge to monitor the PSI and an air valve that will work with a standard compressor or a bicycle pump.
What's the rifle length?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, certainly the longer the tube, the more accurate it'll be, but it also loses some of its gumption because it has the bait that's sliding along in there.
Yeah.
The more friction it has as it goes out. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to use this for the whole base assembly, and whatever is left should be long enough. So we'll see.
Most of this cannon is made of polyvinyl chloride, or PVC. It's a plastic polymer that was accidentally discovered way back in 1872 when a German scientist left his chemistry test in sunlight, which triggered a chemical reaction that formed the plastic. But it wasn't until 1926 when Waldo Simon developed it into a usable product that's become the go-to material for things like commercial plumbing and vinyl siding, because it holds up very well to the elements.
What do we got there, about 5 feet?
About 5 feet. Should be good, huh?
Try it, let's give it a shot. What's the big thing? Why are we in a hurry?
This is an important call.
Well, they're all important calls.
This is more.
6 years ago, my husband was paralyzed in a car accident.
Building this adaptive UTV has pushed us over the limit.
Obviously, he can't use the foot pedals. We need to come up with something in tune with what we like to do, being innovative.
So,
What do we got there, about 5 feet?
about 5 feet.
We're building a bait cannon for my brother's girlfriend, Jen, so she can launch her fishing lure more than just a few feet at a time.
Just to give you a quick idea, we got this here. We'll have this valve here.
Okay.
And then on the ends, we'll have a
Cap.
gauge like that.
Oh, for the gauge?
Yep.
We have all the parts we need. Now we just have to put it all together.
I'll get the glue, start gluing it together.
The blue glue that I'm using to hold the joints together, it's actually a really strong cement that's designed to withstand really high pressures. So once the glue sets, this should be airtight so we don't have any leaks.
A nice gauge.
Most actually don't have gauges built into it, so I thought it'd be a nice touch for her. She doesn't have to think twice about it.
You think that'll help figure out yardage?
Yep, angle's gonna be permanent.
Oh,
Yes, that's why it's kind of an important part of it now. I was gonna go with 45 degrees.
In order to get the optimal distance out of our bait cannon, we need to make sure that the barrel is at the optimal angle. Now, if the angle is too small, the projectile won't have enough height. too large and the bait will fall short. Turns out the optimal angle is 45 degrees, so I'm gonna go ahead and lock the barrel in at 45 degrees. Since the angle won't change, all Jen has to worry about is the air pressure. More pressure means more distance, and more distance means beating my brother.
Okay, that's it.
Well, we're almost done.
Yeah.
Well, you put it together. I'll go see if I can round this up some potatoes.
Okay. Okay, well, let's get this thing set. Ryan wants us over at the house.
What's the big thing? Why are we in a hurry?
I have no idea, but we have 4 seconds. 3, 2. You happy?
Good timing, guys.
What's going on?
This is an important call.
Well, they're all important calls.
This is more,
Importanter?
if there's such a word. Yeah.
There might be.
Emily, good morning.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good, this is Poppy and Bill.
Hi.
Nice to meet you guys.
You too.
If you'd be so kind, tell us a little bit about yourself and what we can do to help.
6 years ago, my husband was paralyzed in a car accident. So he's paralyzed from the waist down. He used to fish and hunt. He used to go snow machining and dirt bike riding and jet skiing, all of that. And once he was hurt, a lot of that independence was taken away. He's still, he's tried hunting and fishing, but he has to depend upon other people to do that. And I would love to be able to have you guys create something that would help him have that independence to be able to get outdoors and, on the dirt roads in Montana and everywhere in between.
Montana is absolutely teeming with wilderness. It's got almost 3.5 million acres of swamplands, forests, and mountains.
Add 40 inches of snow into the mix, and that can make getting around pretty difficult.
He would love to have a side-by-side.
So you mean like side-by-side utility vehicle?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
A utility task vehicle, or UTV, it's kind of a cross between a recreational ATV and a small pickup truck. Some people call it a side-by-side because unlike a regular ATV where one person actually has to straddle the thing, 2 people can ride this side-by-side. It's kind of like a badass golf cart. It's a workhorse, built for off-road tasks like fishing, farming, trail maintenance, hunting.
Tell me a little bit more about Jess and his mobility.
My husband's very active. He has all of his upper body strength. He's very independent with as much as he can do, he does.
Does Jesse know about this?
No, he has no idea. So
That's
I want to try to surprise him with it. I had to do this while I would normally be teaching, because otherwise he would have figured something was up.
Now, you've got little girls, right?
Yep, our oldest is 7, and then our youngest is just 3 months.
I have a family too, and I apologize.
So I think what he's trying to say is we'd like to see what we can do.
I know Poppy and Bill are gonna wanna think about this, and I know it's gonna be a challenge, but I'm all in. I feel this guy. There's nothing I love more than taking my family out on a hunting trip. I don't know what I'd do if that was taken away from me. All right, so the next big question, your budget.
I have just a couple grand to work with. What's something like this gonna cost?
Equipment like this, the prices just keep going up and up. We're looking $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 depending on the type of vehicle that you get. However, what we do is repurpose, and we're pretty resourceful with what we have. So that's gonna throw a challenge at us. I don't wanna bust your bubble yet. Let us get together and kind of talk this over.
We really got our work cut out for us on this one. We need to find and repurpose a used UTV so we can get Jess back on the roads in Montana.
Let's get to the drawing board here. Let's do some brainstorming and figure out what we can do to make this happen.
Yeah?
You got any ideas?
I do, actually. The biggest challenge we have, man, I want to work on these dang controls. Since Jess can't use foot pedals, the hand controls have got to be right.
Holy crap, I just had an awesome idea.
Whoa, whoa. Did you feel that?
Well, hold on a
Like the
second.
earth was shaking just that moment.
Check it out, we did it.
Dude, this thing was rode hard, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We got a lot of detailed work to do.
I mean, big picture overall here.
Yeah.
Like you said, seats, roll bar. We have a bad wheel.
We went all over Denver, hitting every scrapyard that we knew about, trying to locate this UTV. The smell of the scrapyard in the morning.
We're not here for the atmosphere, Bill. All right, you guys, okay, head up that way, and Bill and I are gonna wander over here.
Well, that's the good news. The bad news is that we used up the entire $2,000 budget that Emily had. So from here on out, we're gonna have to see how our friends can help us out, and of course, use some backyard ingenuity.
Just kind of starting with the basics of what we have to have.
Obviously, he can't use the foot pedals.
He needs a hand control for sure.
Yeah.
Right?
He could use a 5-point harness.
If you're gonna strap him to it, you gotta have a roll bar.
Needs a roll bar.
If I was going hunting and I was in his situation, I'd want some kind of a crane or something to lift the animals up off the ground so that he's got a way to carry them.
Okay.
What if we attach a winch and he's able to lift this stuff up that locks in?
A type of game hoist with a gambrel on it and making it multi-purpose.
I have to agree with the boys on this one. If Jesse's gonna go out and shoot a 300-pound deer and bring it home, we're definitely gonna need a winch to put on top of this UTV. And being the welder, I'm gonna take this one step further. I'm gonna fabricate a trailer to pull behind this thing, and the winch on top is just what we need to make a game hoist out of it. So I got my chop saw. I'm gonna get some 2.5-inch galvanized steel pipe, and I'm gonna cut it up and make a trailer that's 72 inches long by 22 inches wide.
So you're talking about like this?
Yeah. It's based on the width of a cooler, so it's plenty big to be able to haul your camping gear into the woods. It's also basically the size of an average deer, so Jesse shouldn't have any problems hauling one of those back from his hunting trip. Once I have this all cut up, I just gotta weld it all together. Since we busted our budget on this already, I figured exhaust pipe's the way to go. It's cheap and very durable because it's galvanized. Galvanized pipe is coated in zinc. It's great for durability, but it can be tough for welders. Welding vaporizes metal, and zinc melts at about 420 degrees Fahrenheit. The fumes you see are actually tiny particles that are smaller than dust. Breathe enough of those in, and you can come down with metal fume fever. It's like getting a killer flu. It's not fatal, but it'll knock you off your game. The best way not to get it is not to breathe it. So you need to make sure your area is well ventilated or wear a respirator.
The biggest challenge we have, man, I want to work on these dang controls. Since Jess can't use foot pedals, the hand controls have got to be right. So I went over to Craig Hospital where Jess did his rehab, and they showed me the type of hand controls Jess uses on his pickup. One thing that my father and I realized is that those hand controls are super expensive. Anytime you put medical on some type of device, the price is exponentially higher. So we needed to come up with something that was creative and definitely in tune with what we like to do, being innovative. Craig Hospital let us borrow this so that we could get a better idea how to build something like it. I think we can totally make it.
I don't know, man.
I'm not really comfortable trying to reinvent the wheel here, guys. Let's just stick with what we know.
Holy crap, I just had an awesome idea.
Whoa, whoa. Did you feel that?
Well, hold on
like
a
the
second.
earth was shaking just that moment.
Look, Jess used to race dirt bikes, okay? Let's just put dirt bike controls on this thing.
I'm so frustrated. Sometimes Bill doesn't think this stuff through. How's he gonna steer the UTV with a set of handlebars? Okay, Bill, help me understand this, dude. I gotta put on my serious hat now.
Oh, crap.
I think you came up with an idea that's relevant, but under the application, it didn't work. Hold on.
Okay. Ryan wouldn't know a good idea if it ran him over in a UTV. Yeah, I'd rather repurpose some awesome handlebar controls from a dirt bike than to just recreate what the hospital gave us. Whatever we do, it's gonna have to be as close to fail-proof as we can make it. Jess is gonna be out in the woods, off the grid with no cell service, so walking out is not gonna be an option if something goes wrong.
No. Bobby, check
Taking
this
that
out.
out of my old bike?
Yeah. Can't believe you still have this. Dude, remember you were talking about doing the throttle thing? I thought you were talking about actual handlebars.
No, you thought I wanted to put big old dirt
Now, wait a
bike
minute,
handlebars?
wait a minute.
I totally thought you meant like, I was like, why would we change that out?
Just hand controls
Yeah.
electronically. Or...
Check this out. Boom. Right here.
Well, you know what they say, miscommunication is the mother of all invention. Wait a minute, that's definitely not right. Whatever, look, Jess, he was a dirt bike guy, so using dirt bike controls, it just makes sense.
Now that we're on the same page, finally, we need a stable place to mount this dirt bike throttle. A straight piece from a set of handlebars is perfect. Once it's mounted into place, we need to figure out how to move the original gas pedal and brake to our hand throttle. Okay.
Yeah? Did it work?
Well, I got the cable. We can take this and put it right here. Now we pull up the UTV's throttle cable and attach it to the motorcycle throttle. There it is. Need more speed? Just twist the upright counterclockwise. And as for brakes, Jesse's right hand replaces his right foot.
We're close, guys.
All right, guys, let's get this thing unloaded.
Delivery day is here. We finally get to get the UTV to Jess.
I think my pulse has gone up a couple.
Oh, I can't believe it.
Hey, Ryan, come on around. The UTV that we're adapting for Jess is really coming along. Nice. Now, we still have a lot of work to do, but we've got to wait for some more parts to come in before we can keep working on it.
So utilizing the same principle with a musket, we're gonna figure out what's gonna be the best principle to launch this bait out.
Okay. So in the meantime, we're going to test out the bait cannon that we're building for my brother's girlfriend, Jen, which will hopefully allow her to launch her bait further than anybody has ever done in the 40,000-year history of fishing.
So what's the compressor set at today?
I've got the regulator down to 60 coming out here.
Okay. So as long as the glue holds, we're in good shape.
That's all I'm worried about.
Okay. Okay, let's watch the gauge.
So far, so good.
It's 60.
60 PSI.
Just going where you want it to?
Yeah.
Let's try a live frozen fish.
Wow.
We must be catching Moby Dick.
Ready? What could go wrong? 3, 2, 1.
Right there.
Here it is, right there.
Hey, Rye, looks like you failed the launch.
Let's give it another shot. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure Jen can throw farther than that.
Hell, I can spit farther than that.
All right.
Unfortunately, the fish was a flop. So we're gonna try a more conventional projectile. You say potato, I say let's shoot one out of a
Be
cannon.
gentle. Just like your last prostate exam, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Much easier.
Oh, yeah. Does this remind you of the war? Any of them?
1812.
Now that we have our test potato loaded, it's just a matter of getting our air chamber pressure high enough to launch our little Sputnik. Now, if everything goes well, we're hoping to get at least 100 yards.
Fire in the hole.
All right, boys, here we go.
Ready?
Yep. 3, 2, 1.
Holy crap, where'd it go?
Oh, my God.
Where'd it go?
It is in the middle of the far pasture.
Clear up there? Holy shit. That's 100 yards or better.
Are you serious?
It went a long way.
Our little Sputnik basically entered a low Earth orbit and beat our goal on the first shot. So now I'm dying to see how far the bait fish is gonna go that Ryan's working on. If we can match that distance, my brother couldn't get close to that with gale force winds at his back.
That was
Holy
redonkulous.
shoot. You can't cast that far.
Nope.
So why is Mr. Potato Head flying like a bullet and the frozen fish flop flat? Let me hear you say that 5 times.
When we jam a potato in the tube, it creates a tight seal, and the compressed air has nowhere else to go when it expands. So all the released energy is directed behind the potato, pushing it through the tube at a high velocity. But the fish doesn't fill the tube, so there's no seal for the pressure to build behind. Most of the gas leaks out around it, and we get a failure to launch. I'm gonna cut off a piece of this, not yours, but get another PVC, make a cap on it, freeze the fish inside the cap. So literally I have a torpedo or a bullet.
A fish bullet.
Yeah, a fish bullet with a hook in its mouth. And then that way, when it goes in, and you launch it,
open.
it's sealed, and it should launch 150, 180 feet.
Fish sickles.
I like it.
Fishticles?
I got some ideas here.
Not fish testicles.
Fishticles.
Fishticles. It's not a bad idea. The ever-changing weather can play a huge role in your catch if you know what you're looking for. Say you're fishing for the ever-popular largemouth bass. During a light breeze, stick to the windy side of the lake. Small insects are more than likely to be blown into the water, which will attract the smaller fish, which in turn will attract the larger bass. Too much wind, and the fish head for deeper water. And if there's no wind at all, they hide and take cover, so they're not as visible to predators under the glassy surface. Rain makes bass more active, as insects are plunked into the water by raindrops. But thunder and lightning spooks them. And bass are light sensitive, so they'll stick to cover under light, sunny days, but can be very aggressive and on the prowl when the clouds come out. So if you do your homework and learn the feeding habits of your favorite fish and keep your eye on the weather conditions, you could greatly improve your odds at your local fishing hole.
How's your day, love?
Hi, honey.
Can I help with anything?
Yeah, I need you to grate some cheese.
Show me how to do that.
It's not rocket science. Bobby has a way of complicating things. The last time he was in my kitchen, I was fearful that he was going to put a turbo in my blender.
Am I supposed to put this in the bowl or am I supposed to put it on here?
And you put it in the bowl, and then you shred it on there. Cut about this much of it off, right? Like this.
Yeah.
Not that much.
And then do what?
Shred it.
So you got a square grater and a round bowl, and they just don't seem to fit. There's got to be a better way to do this. I'll be right back.
What you doing?
I'll be right back. This is a pretty simple build, really. Just need a flat cheese grater. I'm using my angle grinder to cut the ends off so I can try and mount it to a plastic tub. Perfect. What was nice about this lid was it had some supports underneath it. So when I mounted the cheese grater in there, it was nice and firm, 9/64. Now to mount this, I need to drill some holes in the grater and the lid. I'm thinking that pop rivets or blind rivets will be just perfect to use as a fastener. I just need to use my rivet gun to snap the rivets in place, and we're good to go. That came out perfect. Now that I've got the holes drilled in the grater, I'm gonna mount it to the lid, mark the holes, and then cut the plastic out with my Dremel tool. Yeah, that's gonna work. I built all this with items that my wife had laying around the kitchen. And the nice part about this project, it didn't take me 15 minutes. I was done. Cool. Hey, Mima.
Hi, babe.
Sorry I left you to finish the job.
What you got?
I thought I'd make up for it
Okay.
with a little thing I built here for you. So, look at that. Man, that does a great job.
Very nice.
Huh? Is that easier than using a bowl?
Yeah.
Good. Oh, voila. They couldn't have done a better job in France. And by the way, the cheese grater was invented in France in 1540.
Good job.
Ah, thank you. Tell me how much you want here.
That's good.
Sure.
Grate the cheese while I get ready for all these people coming over.
Okay.
Colorado can get some pretty dangerous weather, including hailstorms. In fact, Colorado is in what's known as Hail Alley, and we can get anywhere from 7 to 9 hailstorms every year. Hailstones themselves can be pretty dangerous. They can damage cars, homes, and even crops. The bigger and heavier the hailstorm, well, the more damage it even puts out. So, here's a question for you. What is the largest hailstone ever recorded? Is it 2 inches, 4 inches, 8 inches, or 12 inches? The answer is C, 8 inches, and it landed in South Dakota and weighed nearly 2 pounds. Hail is formed when layers upon layers of ice wrap around moisture in the atmosphere. Hailstones can get pretty big and dangerous. We got a lot going on. You ready?
Yeah.
We still need to figure out a way of launching bait for my brother's girlfriend, Jen. And we're working on finishing up our adaptive UTV so we can get it over to Jesse.
Ho, ho, ho. Let's take a moment. I want to see what you did, man.
Building this adaptive UTV for Emily's husband, Jess, has pushed us over the limit. The vehicle itself busted the budget. So now we're starting to rely on some favors, and they're starting to come through. I got some goodies here.
Yeah, you did.
Now, I could go with the important stuff, you know, like mirrors and heaters and stuff, but I just want to show you right off the bat. Gun mount.
I like that.
That's right.
Everybody's been really happy to help out. Our friends over at Cabela's gave us some really choice items.
We got a spotlight.
Wow.
A heater.
You got that?
Yeah. And the guys over at UTV Mountain Accessories made the UTV family friendly.
Holy crap.
Oh, I'm so excited we were able to get this.
Basically, every favor that we called in came through.
Good
Guys,
Wow.
nice work. I say it's time to go celebrate with a little food in our bellies, and
Beer?
I think beer is definitely in order. Strong work.
I like it. Cool. I love having supper over at Poppy and Mima's.
Kids, come on. Why do you run to him?
Come on over here.
Oh, good.
Friend Santa Claus.
All right, guys, please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity to work together and be creative and do us the good we ask in your heavenly name. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, food.
Poppy goes first.
All right, I remember you.
Well done.
We do have a lot to be thankful for. A lot of love here. Good friends, good family, good food. And personally, I'm really glad Bill's here. I've been wanting to prank Bill for a long time now.
All about the rules.
Oh, no, I don't.
My wife Tamara came up with an idea. She knows how to get him.
All right, get a roll. Come on.
No.
Oh, come on.
Oh, God damn, that is not cool. Is that alive? That thing.
What happened, Bill?
Nothing.
Beautiful. Big Bad Bill
It's up.
is afraid of my 9-year-old's pet tarantula.
It just ate one of my friggin' ribs. Oh, that is not cool. I knew it. I knew there was
Put your
something.
hand out. You can hold it.
No longer have an appetite.
Mima, hold on.
Oh.
Mom, I had a prank for Bill.
Don't like spiders.
I'm so sorry.
There you go. You know, the best laid plans. Ryan really thought he was gonna prank me. He can't prank me. And now he's got a very upset Mima on his hands. Tarantulas are native Coloradans. They like the climate here, and most of them live in the hot, dry part of the state. Once you get beyond how creepy they look, they're actually kind of cool. Their legs work on a hydraulic system that uses a liquid substance like blood to move them. They extend their legs by forcing fluid into them, kind of like the same way you pump hydraulic fluid into a backhoe's digging arm to extend the bucket. Sure, they're interesting. Just keep them out of my backyard, and we'll be just fine.
Wow. All right, guys, let's get this thing unloaded.
I'll start on the straps over here.
Copy, Poppy.
Delivery day is here. We finally get to get the UTV to Jess. But first, we need to set up the surprise with his wife, Emily.
My husband was paralyzed in a car accident, and I would love to have you guys help him get outdoors and, you know, on the dirt roads in Montana and everywhere in between.
Hey there!
Oh, holy smokes.
I can't believe we're here. It's so good to meet you guys.
Hi, welcome to Colorado.
Thank you.
Everybody else is hugging.
There you go.
So, Emily, are you nervous?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I think we are a little bit too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've had butterflies all last night and this morning, and I cannot believe this is all gonna be pulled off. It's a total surprise. He has absolutely no idea what's going on.
Jess thinks he's coming to Colorado to do a video shoot for Craig Rehabilitation Center in Denver. Now, the fun thing is we're gonna do a little joke on Jess by using Bill as a decoy. Bill is gonna talk to Jess. Meanwhile, we're gonna be off camera.
Sounds great. I cannot wait.
Good.
I guess since I'm the ridiculously good-looking one of the group, I'm gonna have to be the front man. Everybody else is hiding around the barn, and when I give the signal, they're gonna bring the UTV around.
I think my pulse has gone up a couple.
I feel like Santa Claus today.
You are Santa Claus today. Oh, I can't believe it.
All right, they are here, guys.
Gentlemen,
How's it going?
Good, how you doing today?
Good.
I can't wait.
This is exciting.
Can't believe it.
What can we do to help you out, man?
Somebody that's very close to you tells us you're a big hunter, of course. And this person gave me and my team a call and asked us to do something kind of special for you. So this is a little bit more than you were promised today.
All right, that's
You ready?
awesome. Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, Ryan, come on around.
Wow. So what can we do to help you out, man?
Recently, Emily called us to see if we could build her husband Jess a special utility vehicle to get him out of his wheelchair and back into the woods.
6 years ago, my husband was paralyzed in a car accident. He used to fish and hunt, and once he was hurt, a lot of that independence was taken away.
Hey, Ryan, come on around.
Wow.
Pulling this all together has really been a lot of work.
Wow.
But judging by the look on Jess's face, I'd say we really nailed the surprise part of it.
This is your baby.
Really?
This is yours, man. The first and foremost, our biggest challenge was we have to make it adaptable for you. You were a dirt bike guy, right?
Yep.
So if you see right there, that is the right-hand side of a motorcycle.
Awesome.
And that is your hand control right there.
I've never seen anything like it before.
This is from a mid-'80s Honda dirt bike. And the brake lever, Bill, he grabbed that from my dad's dirt bike. I was like, holy smokes.
Yeah, I can't ride my dirt bike anymore.
We got your gun mounts from Colpin up here. They said you couldn't have too many handles when we were doing some research, so you can put these wherever you want.
Awesome.
We've got plenty of those for you. Move to the back here, we can show you this trailer that we put together for you.
You can put your hunting gear on here. You can put a deer on here. You can strap it all down. And this is all
That's
made
incredible.
out of exhaust pipe. For cars?
Yeah?
Yeah, we put it all together out of exhaust pipe.
Wow.
It's strong enough that when you winch this up, it'll lift your deer up off the ground so you can skin it out.
I love it. This is incredible, man.
Yeah?
I think you guys could have nailed it more. This is perfect.
Thank you.
Awesome. You want to keep on talking about all the cool stuff, or you want to actually go for a little ride?
I just been waiting for you to shut up.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, bam!
Man, I can't believe it. When we first got the call from Emily, I didn't think we could pull this thing off. But to see Jess here, smiling from ear to ear, I'm just anxious to see him hop in this thing and take off with it.
This is incredible, man.
And then, Bill, show him on the dash. It tells you what
He's
gear.
got it, Pancho. He's done this before. He's going. He's gone.
When I originally talked to the guys, I gave them a long list, but I had no idea that it was even possible.
Not only did they adapt it to all my handicap needs, they also put all that stuff in there to make it unique to me. The throttle that they put on it, I've never seen anything like it before. There's so many extras on that machine. The way that back thing lowers down on the back, I mean, that's a great idea to haul stuff, but they also took the time to make sure I could hang a deer on it and I could do little things like that. They just totally adapted it to me.
All right, well, it looks like you got the hang of it pretty well here. So we're going to leave you alone, let you go enjoy this thing, and I think we're going to get on out of here. So it's been a pleasure, man. Have fun. Careful. Uh-oh, that's all backwards.
Man, he's tearing it up.
We're gonna go show my brother's girlfriend how to fish with her new toy. Her bait cannon is gonna beat my brother's cast, and I can't wait to see that. Came to check fishing licenses, sir.
What the heck are you guys doing here? Can't believe my brother's at a lake fishing. That's just not.
Surprised?
Oh yeah, it's any day. Yeah.
We're in the neighborhood. What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Good, how are you? Good to see you.
I brought the ring. Do you want to do that thing now?
Oh, shit.
No, I'm just kidding. It's not that.
See that.
I was about to run across the water.
He would have.
We got a call from your girl and asked for a little bit of help. We saw the little thing at the shop. Not good, not good. She wanted to see if we couldn't help her find a way of maybe actually getting the bait into the water where the fish are.
You bought us a boat.
So we think we came up with something kind of cool. I'll go grab it, be right back.
All right, sounds good.
Huh. What'd you do now?
I didn't do anything.
We did. What the heck?
Oh my goodness.
This is Jen's bait cannon.
It's so I can cast out farther than you.
Based loosely on the concept of a potato cannon. Exactly. So pretty much what we have here, a bunch of 2-inch PVC pipe. Got a Schrader valve right there. We've got our pressure gauge over here. The nice thing is, you know, all the larger fish are in the deeper water.
I know, which is why he doesn't necessarily like coming with me, because I
Right.
get the little teeny tiny ones.
Yeah, well, not anymore. Now you can use the fish he catches as bait for your fish.
This is what- see, when people don't fish, they do stuff like this to occupy their time.
You just wait. You just wait. All right.
I know, I'm excited.
It looks cool, but is it gonna fish?
We had a very lengthy bait debate. We did.
Bait debate.
Which is interesting, yeah.
Which one of you is the master baiter?
I wouldn't say master, I'd say amateur baiter.
But he's been practicing for years, so.
Yeah. So I came up with a little torpedo out of ice.
Oh,
So
gosh.
I have a variety of different flavors here. You know, power bait, we've got that. If you want something like a bobber on yours, you can do that as well. And all we have to do is tie your line to this. You'll hold on to your fishing pole. We'll put the bait down there.
We're gonna clear the lake.
Just like during the war 1812.
You were only 70 years old.
I know.
Okay, now you may want to come around and hold on to your girlfriend. What could go wrong?
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh!
Look at that!
That was awesome.
That's 100 yards or better.
I can't believe it worked.
Nice job, man.
Holy cow.
That was awesome.
You happy?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Now I can come and I can outcast Jim.
She's definitely gonna tell everyone that now.
That's right.
So, how's it feel to be outcast?
Doesn't feel good. No. No.
No.
Oh.
Are you guys ready to do this again?
Yeah,
Yes,
let's
yes,
do
yes,
it
yes.
again.
Oh, man.
All right.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Kidding me.